Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today we bring you loot from 10,000 Chaos Druids, killing all of them in the Yanil Agility Dungeon and tracking every single kill with the Bone Crusher Necklace. The inventory for this video was pretty simple, just a cannon and of course the cannonballs to go along with it. Alongside that, a Saradomin Godsword, gem bag, herb sack, soul bearer, and rune pouch. The gear for this video was just a basic set of full elite melee void, and just went with a whip with the HP cape. Overall, there is 5 different locations where you can find Chaos Druids, and they are all members only, all at the same combat level of 13. The reason that this area was chosen, the Yanil Agility Dungeon, was just because it was very convenient for banking, and also you can set up a cannon comfortably here, so it's very quick kills per hour. Every other location will also be shown throughout this video, and those locations being the Chaos Druid Tower, the Edgeville Dungeon, the Taverley Dungeon, and of course the top of Slepe Church. I'd imagine when most people think of Chaos Druids, they remember the good old days where they would kill these when they were lower level and always collect the profitable Renar herbs from them. Not to mention all the stackable runes, you know, varying all the way from mind up to nature, and of course the mithril bolts, you know, certainly a popular monster to kill for a decent amount of GP per hour when you're much lower level, or even maybe just a pure based account, since these Chaos Druids don't really hit too high. And just like in every other loot video, all the drops from these Chaos Druids were stored in this one specific bank tab here. Just kind of getting a glimpse of it very early on. You can see that herb sack fills up very quickly. That's mainly because all the herbs were picked up, even the lower tiered ones. You know, the Guam, the Marintel, and the Taromin all are dropped, you know, at a rate of 1 to 10 to 1 to 15 to 1 to 20. The higher tier herbs are like 1 in 30, 1 in 50, and even up to 1 in 118, those two being the Lantidime and the Dwarfweed. And whenever the herb sack was full, any extra herbs were just going to be picked up in the inventory, since there really wasn't too much to pick up. I mean, the unnoted drops I'm sure you guys have already seen by now. Unfortunately, they're really not that valuable. You're just going to be looking at a vial of water, a bronze longsword, a snape grass, and an unholy mold. All of those items are 1 in 128, minus the vial of water. This is only a 1 in 12 drop. So you'll see a lot of those in the video, but obviously we did not pick those up because they're only 4 GP each. But we made sure we got all those bronze longswords, you better believe that. There is also 4 different coin roll drops, and the Ring of Wealth took care of all the coins for this video, so that was very convenient. Ring of Wealth kind of just ties in to the soul bearer, the gem bag, and the herb sack. It's, you know, it's not necessary, but it does help out. And the rune pouch as well. You know, the rune pouch will obviously bank the runes that you can get from these things, those being air, law, earth, and mind. Unfortunately, there is no rare drop table for these Chaos Druids. There's no scroll, no clue scroll, nothing like that, other than Slayer enchantments and Laren's keys if you happen to get a Chaos Druid task. Since the Ring of Wealth was equipped though, there were some occasions where rune javelin drops were seen, as well as tooth and loop keys, but I'm sure you guys have seen that in most of these loot videos by now. You know, you kill 10,000 of anything, you will eventually hit that Ring of Wealth roll, and that's cool. You know, tooths and loops are not that expensive, but anything will add to the price check, especially for a monster like this. So other than the normal Chaos Druid, there's also the Elder Chaos Druid, the Undead Druid, and of course the normal Druids. So there's a total of 4 different Druids in the game. Luckily, I've done a loot video on the Elder Chaos Druids and the Undead ones, and those are on screen now. The links are in the description as well if you're curious. A little bit of history on these Chaos Druids that were killed for this video. The examine option will read a crazy evil Druid. I would say the Chaos robes do indicate the craziness, no doubt about it. These Chaos Druids attack using their fists, and also use the Confuse spell, which does take the appearance of bind, and binds their target for, you know, very briefly if it is successful. The weakness to these Chaos Druids is technically range, you know, but you can use anything. They're very easy to kill. And if you do decide to kill these Chaos Druids in Edgeville, which you will see a little bit later on in the video, there are, you know, people that will dress up as a Chaos Druid. They'll even go as far as to name their username something like a Chaos Druid, so that you misclick on them and boom, you're scolded. You know, you went from killing Chaos Druids making some money to losing your bank in a very, very quick instant. So you have to be very careful. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have seen those brilliant PKing videos of people disguising themselves. So be careful to notice these Zamorak robes, be careful to notice the shade of color, and everything else with that. And as seen on screen here, you know, it's not really an ideal place to kill these Chaos Druids since there's only 4 of them. them. You really can't use a cannon here either since there's enough space. Also, to get inside there, you do need 46 thieving, so that's just another example of where you can kill Chaos Druids. In the previous RuneScape, that's actually where I killed them at, so brings back some memories, but yeah, it's not the efficient spot these days. Lower level Iron Man accounts can expect to benefit from the Law rune drops that these Chaos Druids have. I mean, you know, it is a small amount of 2 at a time, but if you're a low level, it is easy access to instant Law runes. Here's another location where you can kill these Druids at, and you also unlock a music track called Bloodbath. You can use a Draken's Medallion or also Mortania Lakes 3 or 4 to get here just by using a specific boat, and, you know, run north and you'll end up around these Druids as well. I would say of all locations in regards to Chaos Druids, this would definitely be the newest, maybe even the most exclusive, you know, the one that people don't really know too much about since it is upstairs in a room rather than downstairs. You can also find Chaos Druid Warriors here, which is a level 37 Chaos Druid, kind of a higher version of it, but I have not touched much on those because that might be an independent loot video far in the future, but we'll see. And one of the more popular places to kill these Druids would be northeast into Taverley Dungeon. As you can see, a decent amount of them definitely spawn here, and you can place a cannon down as well. Now, most people don't bring a cannon to kill Chaos Druids, kind of ruins the point, you know, you spend a lot of money doing that. But since this was a loot video, you know, the goal was to kill 10,000 as fast as possible and really just track all the drops. You know, we can save the profit for later, so that's why a cannon was used, and you will see that in a lot of different monsters through this series. Even though it may cost into the overall profit, it's all good. And unlike most Druids, these Druids, the Chaos ones, worship both Gothics and Zamorak, so they are not loyal to one god, they believe in 2. They are only assigned by one Slayer Master in this game, and that would be Krystilia, and that's through Wilderness Slayer. This is a prime example of where you would kill them if you are doing Wilderness Slayer. Again, you don't need the cannon, but it just helps out. Always keep your player attack options hidden. We went over why you should do that early on, but yeah, I mean, overall, an inventory here is pretty similar. If you just want simplicity though, I would really go with the Yanil Agility Dungeon. Works really well, and it worked out well for this video, no doubt about it. And if you do kill a Chaos Druid, you're looking at just about 20 Slayer XP, so don't expect to get too much experience for this. Although, if you are lower level, this is a pretty ideal place to train your range or even your strength up. Well, with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do the price check. The Bone Crusher necklace ran out of charges, which means 10,000 Chaos Druids were killed. So, first things first, you're looking at just about 13k coins from 10,000, so I think it's safe to say the Ring of Wealth is not required. Close to 8,000 air runes, over 1,000 law runes, 200 natures, and a little bit of earth's bodies and mind. Really looking at that stack of runes, I'd say the only ones worth picking up would be the law runes. But again, you know, you never know who's killing these Chaos Druids. Certain people might find value in other things. But for the most part, the very first price check comes out to be 800k, which means we have one price check left. This would be all of the herbs, which is your main money maker from these Druids. Again, you really want to invest in that herb sack before you check out these Druids, because this is where bulk of the profit is all stored at. So close to 1,000 Guams and 740 Marintels, 500 Terramins. Really not too expensive, although the Terramin's about 58k. 365 Renars, coming out to be just about 2.4 million. The second best item, I believe, would be the Quarms, so as well as the Cadentines. So yeah, 4.1 mil from the second price check, which means if you go ahead and add that to the first one, you get just about 4.9 million from 10,000 Chaos Druids. We will go ahead and sell all these items in the Grand Exchange just so we get the accurate price check. You know, you got to throw in those mithril bolts, the bronze long swords, even the unique drops from the Ring of Wealth, on top of the coins that you get from the Ring of Wealth as well. It's just all really adding up to the final number here. Had to sell things for a little bit lower than price because of Trailblazer. I don't know, maybe not a lot of people buying herbs right now, but either way, the overall number was just about 4,869,000. So we'll round that up to 4.9 mil, same as before, and there you go. You know, that's not too bad from 10,000 Chaos Druids. And even though a lot of cannonballs were used, there was still profit on our side, so that's okay. You know, this was really just done to see the drops and the amount of herbs that would be gained. So we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so so much for watching it, and we will see you guys tomorrow night with loot from picking up runes at ZMI for 24 hours. You guys are not gonna want to miss that one. Also, big shout out to 50 million woodcutting XP. Got some nice skilling videos planned for you guys in the future as well. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.